Welcome to Call of the Pen Playoff Edition. Steve, if you ever text me at 3:30 in the morning, we're going to be fighting, by the way.
Well, did it wake you up?
Yeah, it woke me up. Phone
What?
vibrated. I'm like, what the heck? You text me after I text you at like 7 o'clock at night.
Am I on your favorites or something? Why isn't your phone on silent?
It just vibrates.
Yeah, but you put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Nothing gets through unless you put a contact under your favorites, and then those calls come through. So it must be one of your favorites.
I definitely don't put my phone on silent because I don't plan on anyone texting me from 10 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, but I get one at 3:30 from you.
Dude, that's what kills us, though, is the time change. You're 3 hours behind me. I'm up
Anyways,
ready to go at 6, so let's go.
yeah, you're sleeping at 7, though, is a problem.
Yes, that's true.
Anyways,
This
good
game
game
got me,
last night. You were right. What a win for the D-backs. What a win.
man, incredible. I mean, Fott pitched really well. He took him to the fourth. We were hoping the fifth, but fourth is a win. He pitched well. Seven punchies, gave up one bomb, but I thought he looked good. And then the bullpen, like we said, would take over, and they did. They didn't give up a run. Actually, they gave up one hit since the fourth inning when Philly
Really?
stacked lineup. Yep.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, it's incredible.
I just
And yeah, honestly, Philly's bullpen held up all right. I mean, Alvarado gave up, two hits. They gave up. Actually, you know what? I'm reading that wrong. They gave up one run. They gave up five hits. Never mind. I misread that. But one run. Suarez got taken out in the fifth with two outs. So
you have to wonder why are they holding Wheeler until they're losing?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're just going. Alvarado's been so good, this postseason,
Yeah, yeah.
all year. So it's
But
like,
why not just piggyback him with Ranger or let him be the opener for 2 innings? If he's going to pitch, you might as well do it where you hold
well,
him for
he's
one
only.
inning.
Yeah, no, true. He's only gonna have two up downs though. So yeah, I agree. Get get Ranger out of there. Throw Wheeler. Hoffman stepped in and threw pretty well though.
Yeah, that guy's
Gave up
done
two
well for
hits, is
himself.
it? Yeah. So it's hard to. Yeah. So if they were to change anything, you got Hoffman coming in after Ranger, and then Wheeler maybe after Hoffman. Flip flop that. Have Alvarado throw the eighth, where he's more accustomed. But I think they were also playing the matchups too. But
Yeah, Alvarado
it's
was
like
up in
Wheeler
the
matches up
zone.
good with everyone.
Alvarado was up in the zone most of the
Yeah.
time. Either he's overthrowing or he's fatigued. I don't know. I'm sure maybe overthrowing, but normally that guy's down in the zone.
His stuff plays better down. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
power sinker. But I mean, you got to give it to the Diamondbacks, man. I mean, other than Saul Frank, who got in a little bit of trouble with, bouncing sliders, everyone else looked great, you know.
I told you that kid was. I'm not saying the kid's garbage, but what in the world? I've never been so frustrated watching a sequence. He gets the righty. He's swinging at sinkers in the dirt. Literally, if you're swinging at sinkers in the dirt, you have a ridiculous sinker. And
Hmm.
after that, I think I saw 9 straight off-speed pitches, possibly, even on 3-2, bouncing stuff in the dirt. And then Schwarber comes in and he's just scared to death. Like you have an unhittable sinker. Oh my God, that's what I text you about. If anyone wanted to know, that's what Steve responded. Oh yeah, then the pitching coach was mad. But
He
what?
was.
All he did was just give them momentum. You cannot have any walks in the playoff games like that. You're just asking. You're asking for problems.
I think when he bounced a 3-2 slider to Schwarber, and I think they showed Strom in the dugout, like just livid.
He bounced a 3-2
So,
breaking ball to the guy before him too, pinch hitting after the guy already swung at fastballs in the dirt.
oh, that's who it was. Yeah. Pache, Christian Pache, I think.
No, it might have been a different kid. The guy they got from St. Louis.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, maybe you're right.
Oh, either
I got that
other than
wrong.
that, great game for the D-backs. Great game. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened to Philly's offense. Castellanos went on the highest of highs. This is what's great about baseball. The highest of
Hmm.
highs to the lowest of lows in a plane flight. He said, he goes, I felt really good. felt like I was seeing everything. Then we went to Arizona, and I just had no rhythm. I couldn't see the ball. It's like nothing literally changed. You just took a flight.
Who was that?
Castellanos.
At least he's honest. He's brutally honest. It was Christian Pache. Yeah, he bounced him a curveball or a slider or whatever you want to call it, sweeper
Oh,
in the
really?
dirt.
That's
And
terrible.
then, anyways, yeah, to a guy who was hitting a buck 43 postseason. So, and then
That's the
Schwarber,
pitcher and
obviously.
catcher's fault. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, the kid's young. Yeah, so maybe it's a learning lesson for him, but I'm sure he was amped up. That's a strikeout pitch. He's just going for it. But you can't do that, especially with what at the time was a 2-run lead. You got Schwarber coming up to potentially tie the game.
Yeah, come on, man. I thought they were going to lose the game, or at least they were going to tie it, just because of you deserve to give up runs by doing that.
But on the flip side, your boy that you were talking about yesterday comes in and saves the day for him, Ginkle.
Phew.
The
Three
guy's got
punches,
some.
punches out the side in the eighth, gets out of it. I mean, they weren't great pitches in the seventh. They just missed him, but he got it done. And
Got
man,
it
he
done.
comes in the eighth where they're hoping they get anything going. Punchy, punchy, punchy. Flexes on
Yep,
him.
he's good.
Nasty
It's funny.
slider. Nasty slider.
He does. And honestly, the soft frame kid had a good slider too. He just was ripping it in the dirt. I don't know.
I've seen him
Oh,
do that a
Thompson.
lot, though. A lot since
Thompson.
this short period of playoffs.
Thompson, heavy workload previous game, comes in, throws an inning and a third, dominates. Side
Underhand
armor.
guy. It's
Our
amazing how
bad.
you guys
Our
get to
bad.
do that.
But he's just pounding the zone, dude. He's been there before. He did it with the Rays.
Right.
It just shows you what being comfortable in those situations, like he can just handle it. But Ginkle, Seawald's the man. Game over. I loved it.
I could only imagine that feeling of when you're watching that fly ball to right field and you're like going through your mind is like, am I actually going to the World Series right now? That's what it looked like
Yeah,
was in his mind. He couldn't believe it.
so awesome. And to put it in perspective too, I don't know if you remember when he got traded from the M's, the Mariners went on like a 9-game run. And
Yeah.
we were like, dude, that sucks so bad for Seawald. The Diamondbacks are struggling. Like he's watching his
Yeah. Yeah.
boys celebrating out there. And now look who's going to the World Series. It's just awesome, dude. I love it.
What a move by the D-backs. We were always wondering what the heck they were doing, getting rid of Chafin, bringing in Seawald. I wasn't wrong with Seawald, but I didn't know why they're getting rid of Chafin. But I think they got rid of Chafin because they obviously love their lefties, and the lefties came in and they did the job. I mean, they scared the crap out of us most of the time, but they did. Mantiply was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can't be more happier for. I'm always happy for Nate. Nate's such a good dude with the Rangers, Eovaldi. So, but when I saw Seawald out there, I don't really know him that well, but I hear a lot about him and just what kind of like person he is and his character. So when you see something like that happen earlier in the year and then he's going to World Series, I was just like, man, that's a great story. That's
I hope
someone's got
he's
to
going
write
to
a
be a
story
free
about that.
agent. If he's going to be a free agent at the end of this year, that guy's going to get paid, and good for him.
Yeah, I don't know what his situation is. That's a good question. We should look that up later. Yeah.
So let's move on to what's our World Series preview. And I don't even know. Both these teams extremely battle tested. Both went on the road. I don't know who's more battle tested, but neither one is scared on the road. So obviously we know that. And the pitching matchups, I can't say that the Rangers have the edge because I just watched Diamondbacks go into Milwaukee, go into LA, and go into Philly and face a bunch of aces on really tough lineups, tough stadiums to play in. I don't even know. Rangers went into Baltimore, they went into Tampa, and they went into Houston. It's like, this is a great World Series matchup. It couldn't have even be more battle tested. It would have been the Phillies, who like, oh, we expected it, and the Phillies just went at home and they're a favorite. But no, these
Yeah.
are teams that went both on the road, and they were probably underdogs every time. So this is exciting. I like this. I like these matchups.
I agree. I have no idea. That's what makes it
Yeah,
so great, right? It's like two teams that just squeak their way in.
yeah.
And
I
the
don't even know who to pick.
wild wild card teams, like we talked about earlier, they had a limited break while the other teams had, what, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it was, threw them out of their rhythm. And these guys, they're still riding on their high. Both teams have that edge, like why not us type mentality.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be a clash, man. Who's gonna want it more? And it's gonna be exciting. I'm really excited for this World Series.
Funny you say, why not us or something like that. Like what pissed off the Diamondbacks, where it was Lavallo brought it up last night that the backup catcher for the Phillies is what really got them going. Because what's that little kid's name? Stubbs. He said something about how they're going to beeline to they're going to celebrate in the Arizona's pool while they're up 2-0. And the Diamondbacks heard that, and he goes, that kind of woke us up. And it's always funny when it's always the guy that doesn't contribute a lot or has to step in the box and be pressured that talks all the crap to piss the team off. And I was watching their dugout last night, like Jake Cave. It's always the bench guys that don't play that talk the most crap. And these guys were going nuts after Bohm's homer, and they're talking crap. And little this guy's got to step in the box with the last out. It's like now you got to put your mouth on the line, and you're out. Season's over.
Yeah, I don't know. Just play the background a little bit, right? I didn't hear all that, but if that's true, that's brutal. Because the
He
last
brought it
thing
up
you want to
twice.
do,
He brought it up while they were in Arizona, and then he brought it up last night after they won. He goes, I know, we heard that the backup catcher, he doesn't even respect him enough to call him his name. He said the backup catcher,
who said that?
said they were going to celebrate in our pool. And he goes, and that kind of woke us up. He goes, I hope they're saving face with that a little bit right now. It was great.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear all that, but if that's true, that's the last thing you want to do is fuel the fire of a team that's has nothing to lose.
Right. They're
Like
already
why
down.
do
They're down
that?
2-0. Just let them stay down there. Why wake them up?
Yep, yep, exactly.
I
Eh,
love it.
it's like every time I feel like every time that happens, someone says something like that, it just gets flipped around. There's a Instagram I like to follow a little bit called Freezing Cold Takes, and it's people that make bold predictions like that or say something stupid along those lines, and it comes back to bite them. And so
Oh, really?
they repost it. It could be from like 10 years ago, and they repost it like what happened afterwards. It's just always brutal. So why even do that? I don't know.
Well, if it was like Bryce, I could see, okay, but it's like the guy that doesn't play. Like, just shut up. Enjoy your free playoff share and just keep your mouth shut.
Maybe he's bitter and only got half a share.
So, when's the World
Yeah,
Series start? Friday.
Friday.
Probably Evaldi against Gowan
Yep.
in Texas. I can't even predict anything right now. I don't know what to do. Gallons look like trash for his first couple starts again, or last couple starts. Evaldi's unhittable. Rangers offense is ridiculous. D-backs are feisty. Who knows?
Well,
Flip
hold
the
on.
coin and enjoy it.
So let's say Gallon starts. Do you think that the Rangers offense is better than Phillies?
Yeah. The Phillies are
Okay.
running out a $120 center fielder, like he's saving 20 runs or something a game. And he had bases loaded in it was like the fourth or fifth inning. Why not just pinch him? Like, just get him
I
out
was
of the
thinking
lineup.
I was thinking
Huh?
the same thing. I was thinking
Yeah,
the
get
same
him out of
thing.
the lineup.
Hmm.
You're not
I'm looking
saving
at
that many
Phillies.
runs.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking at Phillies lineup. I'm just getting a refresher. Fast forward to Texas. Which lineup if I'm let's see.
I know
Yeah.
Texas isn't running out a $180 leadoff hitter.
And Adolis Garcia is red hot. So is Carter. So is Seager's red hot. It doesn't get any easier. And that's why they're World Series teams, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are an
Um,
American League lineup.
yep. So I give all right, here we go. So I give the Rangers the edge on offense. I give them the edge on starting pitching, but a huge edge on the Diamondbacks in the bullpen. Huge.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So if the Diamondbacks have any sort of lead, that's why bullpens are so important. Like they're not. I'm not going to say that. They have a better opportunity to hold the lead down than their opponent.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
think that's what it's going to come down to.
they're extremely more battle tested. I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've had more adversity, I think, to work through. The Rangers have given it up a couple times to the Astros. They had them.
Yeah, and they've given up
So
big leads, or they've faced big leads, but anytime I feel like they're under pressure, they gave it up. Especially when they're at home, they gave all those games up. The games
yeah,
that they had in Houston, the last one was a blowout. I mean, Chapman scares the crap out of me. Chapman is like the Craig. If he like throwing strikes or something and he's getting his Ks, then it's it's huge for them.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I just feel like the weapons wise, lefty wise, the Rangers don't really have a situational lefty that comes in that scares me, that gets anyone out, that gets Corbin. They bring that Bradford kid in, and he's just giving up tanks. Unless they were hiding some. Will Smith has looked terrible. Yeah, edge. If we're going bullpen wise and it's a close game, yeah, 100% edge of the Diamondbacks, which we all know is what finishes these games off. The teams with the best bullpens are the ones that win this.
Yep. Look at I remember the Kansas City Royals 15. I mean 14 and 15. They had like the best bullpen, the best
Right.
I should say, three guys at the back of the bullpen like ever. Dude, they were unreal. So like if there was any sort of lead going into the sixth, they had to bring in Kelvin Herrera to finish out the sixth, pitch the seventh. Wade then Holland.
Yeah.
It was clockwork. And I feel like the Diamondbacks have that right now. And they have some depth to go with it. So can't say the same for the Rangers. Chapman
Yeah.
has a
They
142,
have
but
they have extreme confidence in those, especially when Ginkle comes in from what that guy just showed in Philly, punch out the side. Sold me. I mean, that guy's probably going to be their next closer if they don't sign Seawall back. I
so let
mean,
me ask
I
you this.
think the Rangers get nervous when they have a lead. They're hoping they're getting out to where the Diamondbacks know that they got dudes. This is how we do it. The Rangers are gonna be like, oh my god, I hope we get
Yep.
through this.
That's what it looks like, man. Other than Spores, who's been pitching lights out, it's pretty sketch. So all right, who do you want to win before we say who's going to win?
Is Max listening? Like,
Probably not.
I texted him and he's just said, "Yeah, 4 more wins." Uh, I think for baseball purposes, I would love for the Diamondbacks to win because they're more of a complete team. They're a fun team. They're a fast team, athletic. They're more of the 2023 type of baseball team. With the
Yep.
speed, you get to steal more bases. You get to do all that stuff.
Sure.
Uh, and I just hate that the Rangers obviously bought a lot of their players.
I don't have a
And
problem with that though. They earned it. Those
yeah, I
players.
know. I'm just saying I like it when the teams that they spend money, they didn't spend all the money. Like the Phillies thought they got Trey Turner, it was over. You might as well hand them the championship. You still got to play the games.
Yep.
And look, they went. I think it was 1 for 11 or 0 for 11 last night for their best 3 hitters. I mean, you got to show up when it's time to go, and it didn't work.
Right.
I want the D-backs to win. Okay, I'll say that. I want the D-backs to win.
I'm like I think the same way on that. Like we have friends that are on the Rangers, and it's like kind of messed up. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be upset if they win. I want Nate to get another World Series. The bullpen coach over there, Brett Hayes, is a good friend, and so I want them to win. But there's something cool about the Diamondbacks. They've been to the World Series one other time, and they won it. So if you go to the World Series and you're 2 for 2 winning it, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
And I also think the Rangers are going to be just as good next year. And if the D-backs, obviously they're in the World Series, it's going to sound dumb, but if they don't add to their lineup, they're going to be in the same boat next year. They just have to claw to get there again in that division. I just think the Rangers are going to be good for a long time. So they'll have another opportunity.
and there's something about Bochy coming off the couch after 3 years of just going to the World Series, and if he just goes to the World Series or wins the World Series, it's like, really, dude?
That's true. I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool.
He even
They
brought that
love
up
that
in his
guy.
press conference. He goes, "Oh, for 3 years I was on the couch, and then now I'm sitting here going to the World Series." I'm just like, some of us, the guy already has 3 rings. Like, go home.
Awesome.
God, some of us died for 1 ring.
Some of us died just to pitch 2/3 of an inning in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. Anyways, dude, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Let's stay in touch. Maybe watch a game together.
Yes.
The
Well, that'd be cool if we could
live stream.
live feed. If we could figure out a way to live feed and watch a game, that would be cool. We need to get our editor kid to try to figure that out. Or if we
Yep.
could just watch the game and talk, as we don't have to maybe put it on our screen, but maybe just watch and talk.
Yeah, man.
All right. So we will circle back after game 1.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you later.